Welcome at Smile on the Go. It is Tuesday, January 18th. Welcome with Ms.Adiation Divination to satisfying, meaningful, inspiring love that I am giving you exuberantly through my soul, my aura, my messages, my energy, my frequency to live. It's magnetic. I draw you in as long as you're willing to receive it. And I repel and repulse you if you're a hater. So, those that have accepted that we come from a divine creator, not monkeys or a cosmic explosion, as we are divine and we understand that we are divine. Hi, welcome. Thanks for tuning in and tuning up. Thanks for understanding and receiving the frequency. Let me play some lyrical inspiration for us. Oh, I do not have the copyrights to this music. For those that do not understand Spanish, I will try to translate as best I can. So that was a little clip because I'm in the car and that's the radio. That was Bad Bunny and I think it's Nati Natasha and it was Anoche. In English, it's Bad Bunny and Nati Natasha, Last Night. And the song says, because last night was something that I cannot forget. That was dándole sin parar, meaning he done fucked her non-stop. You on top of me and me on top of you. Yeah. I'm grown and my channel is for adults. So if you are uncomfortable with sexuality, nudity, and my topics of discussion, feel free to fuck off. And if you are grown, welcome. I am. And I talk about sex often because it is relative. So, today being 1-8-2022 and numerology being real, today is 1. 1 is you. 1 is the beginning. We are in the beginning of a new year. Be in your one. Be in yourself. Be whole. No. My man is coming back. So that's what you hear. 8. Infinite. Today is a day of infinite possibilities. Manifest your heart's desires with the intention and actions that you follow through. And 20. So 2. Divine union. You in union with your divine creator. You in union with yourself, your soul, your flesh, your soul, and your spirit unified creates alignment. 0 is infinite, the beginning and the end of all. And 2, so is a common thread. Be in your infinite union with self, with your physical, spiritual, and soulful energy, and your divine creator. Because you come from a divine source of infinite, eternal energy, which I have the potential to exuberate to you. I'm 1009, can you tell? 34 in the flesh looks good. So, I'm going through dirty 30, flirty 30. Yeah. Feels good. I wish I would have listened to my mother. She says to me, "Ooh, girl," this was when I was a teenager, going through my whole phase. "Ooh, girl, you think you like men now? Wait till you get in your 30s. I say, "No, what you talking about?" Because her and my dad were married, and my mom only knows one man. And so she judged me for my choices in men. But now I got a rockin' ass man that pisses me off and rocks my world. So I've been extremely hormonal. Not so much crying hormonal, emotional, but like sexual prowess, hunger, that kind of shit. So Dirty 30 is totally real. And I'm flattered at the compliments that I receive. But it feels good to say, yeah, I got a man. They say, you got a boyfriend? No, I got a man.
Well, tell me to go this way.
Is it peaches and cream? Not all the fucking time. We disagree, we argue. Completely different cultures. Oh, by the way, I recorded it and am re-recording it because I fucked up the first take. So, I'm Hispanic, what they call Latina, Afro-Latina, from the Caribbean with a hot temper, and I was raised in New York, and I'm well-traveled. So I have understanding and cultural exposure that allows me a different perspective than what is expected or believed to be normal. My man, being from Jersey, understands a lot of my mentality, but we grew up different time frames, just different. So things that he sees as acceptable, normal, everyday life, sometimes I find to be unacceptable, repulsive, a lot of fuck shit. And then things that I find to be necessary, important, you know, everyday parts of life, he finds to be over the top, unnecessary. Why? Because of our exposures. I'm very expressive when it comes to my needs, emotions, experiences, desires. He is not so much. So that's something that we argue about back and forth. I want to have a conversation and he thinks it's an interrogation, but it's based on perspective. And so because I understand that, I'm not going to give up on my man because he got a nasty attitude. I'm not going to give up on my man or my relationship because we are different. We are individuals. So in 2022, I want you guys to understand that in order to have union, true fulfillment in your relationship, you have to be united with yourself. You have to know yourself. You have to be able to say, I want to have this conversation. And it's not about arguing, disrespecting each other. It's about understanding one another. When I ask him questions, he thinks I'm asking in an accusatory manner. No, because if I was accusing you, I'd just say, this is what I know and this is what I think. I'll ask him something like, let me see, let me give you an example, a good example. Oh, here, yeah, we can put that out there. So I met my man in June, and he became my man recently in November. Till then, I was non-committal sex. I was aware and acceptable of the conditions because where we were in our lives. But me being selfish and knowing my worth, I can sex myself. And so I became discontent and expressive of, I don't just want to fuck. I want you to be my man. And so through time, he came to realize that I'm a fucking awesome prize. So now I'm his woman. That took time. Time for us to see the good in each other. Besides the, oh, you look good, you smell good. To see beyond the circumstances, beyond the job title, beyond the clothes. That took time. We all have a past. As I told you guys before, I've been raped. I've been sex trafficked. I've been traumatized by my own blood relatives. But I have not become bitter, unlovable, scorned. I don't use my lessons and blessings as excuses to anchor myself in suffering. I could be, as many young women in today's society and men, and use my past traumas to cripple my growth and excuse my lack of fulfillment in self. But I refuse, and that is why I know I am truly blessed. Because it takes faith and a lot of other God-given gifts to get through and be solidified, grateful, aware of self. So, I don't take that out on my man. I don't tell him he can't touch me a certain way because of what's happened to me. I accept him. He's my man. Therefore, I give him trust. He doesn't have to earn it. Meaning, whatever was done to me prior to me meeting him, I cannot sit there and take it out on him. I cannot take out my frustrations on him. I cannot take out my lack of trust on him. He didn't do it to me. My man, being from Jersey, being a fast ass, had his fair share of whores, stripper bitches, you know, all that good shit, the lifestyle. So that creates distrust in women. My man has come to learn that there are all kinds of women, and physical appearance doesn't dictate how a woman respects herself. Because when my man met me, I was wearing dirty work clothes. And a lot of the times, he tells me, put clothes on, kitty. But he doesn't look at me as a whore, because I like to dress like one. And he won't talk to me or treat me like a whore, because I like to dress like one. See? The difference between a man, a boyfriend, and a nigga. My man gets upset with me, tells me to shut up. Sometimes he says foul things that hurt my feelings. But in the moment, I address it without losing my shit. Meaning, when we're arguing, one of us has to have a level head. If I start screaming as he's screaming, we're both going to be screaming like idiots. My neighbors don't need to hear me screaming unless I want you to hear me knocking boots. I'm not ashamed of that.
What are you trying to do, you stupid motherfucker?
People argue. Relationships take work. Everything worth having takes time, effort, and work. So, through our disagreements, I've learned to shut the fuck up sometimes. I've told you guys I'm working on that. I even do it at work now. People say asinine things about me as if I'm not in the room. I don't have to react. I may leave. Absolutely. I may walk off the job and leave the premises. But to me, that is much better than for me to give you my energy by screaming, losing my temper, losing my shit, physically hurting someone, which will then hurt me legally and in my work rapport. It feels great to grow. Is it easy? No, it is not. I cry often. Not because I'm sad, because I'm processing, releasing, and therapy for self. I go through shit on a daily basis that the average person honestly would have been killed themselves. And let me tell you something. A lot of people suffer from depression, but they don't have the balls to kill themselves. It takes a motherfucking warrior to understand that you didn't choose this life. It's a gift. And when you no longer want a gift, what do? You return it to sender. Right. And when you know God like I know God, God's not going to send me to eternal condemnation for wanting to surrender something that I cannot accept. I'm going to go a little real deep. October 18th of 2019, I attempted suicide purposely. I had a great job. I had a Buick Park Ave. I had a man. I had things that other people would consider stable life, happy life. But I wasn't happy. Happiness does not come from money. Money is a necessity to facilitate everyday needs like shelter, luxuries that we like. But it didn't dictate my fulfillment. I stopped working as a CNA because the more you know, it does affect you. And I never got in it for the money. So when the doctor tells you not to medicate a patient, and I took ethic and moral standing that I'm doing this for the greater good, and you're doing it for the HMO payment, then I become a liability. Just a lot of fuck shit. Now I heal people with my energy. Now I heal people with the truth. Now I heal people as I always have. You need a meal? I'll give you. You need an ear? I have it. Anything that I can provide you, you got it from me. But I can't pour from an empty cup. Right. So, at all extents, there's a limit. There's a cutoff. Because self-preservation is the only way for me to praise and glorify my Creator. Because if I don't preserve what was given to me, that means that I don't value it. And I do value everything that God has given me. And for those that are turned off by the word God, God is a label. For people like you that are turned off by your divine soul, your conscience, your moral compass, it turns you off, huh? I'm not. So God, Jesus, Yahweh, Zion, whatever you need to call it, to create understanding and comfort, is real. Lives in me, through me, and with me. And I hope you guys are living it up. Because divination is a privilege. Thrive in it. I wish I could go back to the time where welfare became popular and talk to these young women. Wake the fuck up, you dumb bitch. You put a man on child support for a baby that you chose to have. You chose. For $250 a month, maybe, max. Fuck up his license. Have him locked up. Fuck up his little income because you don't, a lot of these men, the money that they make, the percentage that they take doesn't leave them with enough money to survive. You fucking brat. I had my baby. unprofessional, unplanned, unexpected, but welcome.
Fuck this nigga on my ass.
High school dropout, no college education, no serious work history. All I knew was selling motherfucking drugs, and that I was intelligent and had multiple skills and passion for life. And I never wanted to be a mother. I enjoyed running the streets and selling drugs and traveling. And I knew my baby daddy for over a year before I got pregnant. And still, that man hasn't been to court. Not for custody, because he never denied my child. And not for child support. You know what I told the state? I don't know who my baby daddy is. Even though I did. And you women shouldn't feel the shame to protect the identity of the man that you say you love and you chose to give a baby to. You fucking cunt for $250. The money that welfare takes from that man, you will never see it. You're better off being civilized and co-parenting with the man that you chose to give a seed to, because you chose to do that. You fucking cunt. You miserable bitch. Oh, and you women out there having multiple baby daddies and multiple babies for a check and putting your children on SSI and SSD because you want to sit on your ass and not go to work. You shouldn't be called a woman. You're a female. You're the epitome of why the government has created COVID. To eliminate cockroaches and pestilence as yourself from society. See, because even though I have a criminal record, the government doesn't take care of me. They collect taxes from my ass. I ain't got unemployment, never ever. While the pandemic was going on, you know what I was doing? I was working for the state of Washington Unemployment Department as an independent contractor. Yeah, processing claims and giving people $6,000 and $8,000 checks after 8 weeks or more. Listening to people cry about not being able to survive. You know what I did? Because I've never had an eviction. I surrendered my apartment and voluntarily became homeless. And I didn't go to a fucking shelter because I don't like to be treated like a fucking animal. The ASPCA treats animals better than homeless shelters do in America. And you're not going to talk down to me as if you're doing me a favor, because favors are done with pleasure, with humility, with kindness. My father used to tell me, and that's why I love that I had a father, regardless of what he is and who he was. And my father used to tell me, free gets you fucked, favors get you fucked, and friends are frenemies. 3 F's. So fuckery, free shit, and friends, not necessary. And as an adult, if you are one in one with your one and united in your divine union with self and your creator, then you have the solidarity and the fortitude to know that I'm not mean. I may be a little egocentric. I'm not egotistical. I apologize if I may come off that way. I'm just giving you a sense of, you got this. And do not be ashamed for setting boundaries, standards for yourself, and not accepting fuckery. And forgive yourself for what you've been through, because you've been preserved to get through it, and you got through it. (2022). So today, 1/8/2022, Be solid. Be whole within yourself. 1. Recognize your eternal potential, your eternal soul, and your infinite capabilities. Accept your divine creator and that you are divine. I love you guys. Let me see what we got on the radio. No.
For yourself. Shop and pump at BJ's Wholesale.
Is the CW's new hit series that's got all the buzz.
Hornets Celtics at 7:30 Eastern and Clippers Nuggets at 10 tomorrow on ESPN.
The free career evaluation
Let me put the
today.
XM
It's
radio.
not rocket science. It's
Thank you, baby. Well, I went through the radio. Not pleased. I'm on XM radio. Guys, I'm not really mainstream. So, bear with me. Introduce the world to the animal that tamed this beast. I call him Dadits. This is my big daddy. This is my big green giant. You know the big green vegetable giant? Hum, hum, hum. Because I fit like literally right under his armpits. And he's one hell of a man to deal with a woman like me. Because smart mouth, smart ass, hot temper. And I'm not settling for shit. Daddy, say hello.
Hi.
You see that sexy haircut? He looks so clean cut.
It's my time for the day. Happy birthday,
I'm gonna keep it so 100.
Thank everybody for support.
I love to get my pussy ate. Me and my man used to argue. So I want my pussy ate. This is how you know you love somebody. I said, I'm gonna get a girlfriend, but you can't get one. Then I realized, I don't want to share my man. Then I shouldn't be willing to share myself either. And that's the reality. See how even I have to admit, respect, set boundaries, be realistic, and compromise with myself? Right. Do I just want a nut? Or do I want a companion? Do I just want a nut? Or do I want to grow with somebody? We all make choices. God gave me a man. God gave me sight beyond the naked eye. God gave me a voice, not only to sing, but to heal, to create understanding within each other. I write so beautifully that I can create a depiction in your imagination. I can evoke emotion within you with words. God is amazing. I love you. Keep tuning in.